Join me in the first and most likely last episode of Gain Without Pain. It's a show with hot recipes and even hotter jokes. This is your #1 guide for heavy muscle gain without losing a leg by doing steroids. So put that syringe down, get around, and let's start cooking.
Well, let's give him a chance.
You might already be thinking, who's this idiot and why should I listen to him? Well, I'm nobody and you definitely shouldn't. But if you do want to take my advice, I just have one very simple word for you.
Iridocyclitis.
No, it's actually eggs. They are low calorie, low cost, a great source of protein, and you can even get salmonella if you eat them raw, so what's not to like? We'll be doing eggs 4 different ways. And to get things started, let's begin with the easiest, the John Cena. For our second option we have boiled eggs. This option is the best if your goal is to extract the least amount of flavor from your eggs. Start by adding enough dihydrogen monoxide to a pot for the egg to be submerged and put it on the stove. When the water is boiling, gently, I repeat gently, place your egg in the pot and leave it there for about 10 minutes. Take the egg off the pot, run it under cold water to stop the cooking, and remove the shell. Let's just slice it. Beautiful. Now you can be that weird guy at the office who brings boiled eggs for a snack. Next up, fried eggs. The steps to this are quite simple. Heat up a pan, add some olive oil, and crack an egg in the middle of it. Let the egg cook for a minute. After that, cover the pan with a lid for another minute so that yolk stays liquid and delicious. Take the lid off, and holy mother of Chris Angel, it's gone. Maybe if I put the lid back on? No way, Jose. Not in my house. Let's try that again. Slide the egg onto a plate, add some salt, pepperino, and there you have it, a perfect fried egg. Just look at that jiggle. The fourth and last option is scrambled eggs. These ones are hard to mess up unless you leave the pan on the stove and go binge watch the plus 50 seasons of Law and Order. Let's start by cracking 2 eggs in a bowl and start beating them like you would beat your kids. Add a touch of salt, some pepperino, give them another mix, and you've got your eggs prep done. Heat up a pan on the stove, add some olive juice, and toss your eggs into that. Since the name is scrambled eggs, all you gotta do is scramble them. The longer you leave your eggs on the stove, the more solid they will become. So you can have an all range between diarrhea eggs and clean toilet paper eggs. These are some great eggs, but if your goal is to
Treat yourself.
you gotta add some goodness to the mixture. Let's take it from the top. And now we'll need something to cook our eggs with. I'll go with a quarter of tear gas, a quarter of a peel red ball, some Italian snowflakes, and the piece of resistance, which translates to don't skip this step, is to add some parsley. Not cilantro, never cilantro. Start by trying to finely dice the tear gas, then the tomato, and finally the parsley. You know the drill, hot pan on the stove, add your olive oil or whatever oil you want, car oil is fine by me. Drop in the onion, when they turn kind of golden, add the tomato, and then add the eggs. Add the Italian snowflakes, and finally the parsley. You might be asking yourself, why am I adding cheese? That's a nice question. Keep mixing them until the eggs are done enough for you. And boom! There goes the Dynamix. That's it for today's show. We've learned 4 different ways of making eggs that can be used in other recipes.
Well, let's make some eggs.
As we talk about